Hey everyone, today's video is about when you cry in front of him. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. You sat on the edge of the bed, hands clenched in your lap as you tried to hold back the tears that were threatening to spill over. The weight on your chest feels suffocating, like the world was pressing down on you all at once. You don't even know when it started. Maybe it was just one of those days when everything seemed to build up, and now here you were, struggling to hold yourself together. You hear the door creak open, Katsuki's heavy footsteps echo through the quiet room, a sound that you've always found oddly comforting, but today it feels like all too much. His presence, his intensity, it all feels too overwhelming. Oi. His voice was rough as usual, but there's an edge of concern beneath it. What's going on with you? You've been weird all day. You shake your head, refusing to meet his eyes. It's nothing. You mumble, voice barely above whisper. Katsuki's not the type of person who would let it slide. And before you know it, he was standing in front of you, arms crossed, staring down at you with that all too familiar scowl. Nothing, huh? You think I'm gonna believe that crap? Your lips tremble, but you bite down on them, determined to stay quiet. He doesn't need to deal with this. He doesn't need to see you like this. But Bakugou doesn't back off. He crouches down in front of you, forcing himself into your line of sight. Look at me. You hesitate, your gaze still fixed on the floor, but he reaches out, gently tilting your chin up until your eyes meet his. The second you see the concern in his crimson eyes, the tears that you've been holding back finally spill over. I'm sorry. You choke out, wiping at your eyes with the back of your hand. I don't know why, I just... Katsuki's eyes soften in a way that's rare for him, and without saying a word, he moves to sit beside you on the bed. But his hand finds yours, squeezing it gently. Don't apologize, he mutters, his voice quieter than usual. You don't need to explain anything. You've known Katsuki long enough to understand that he's not good with comforting words, but his actions speak louder than anything. His grip on your hand was steady, grounding you, and when he pulls you into his arms, it feels like the dam finally breaks. You bury your face in his chest, your tears soaking through his shirt, but he doesn't seem to care. His arms wrapped around you tightly, as if he's trying to shield you from whatever's been eating away from you. I'm sorry, you repeat between sobs, even though you know he doesn't want to hear it. I didn't mean to cry, I just... Katsuki huffs, but there is no irritation in his voice this time. If anything, he sounds frustrated, but not at you. Maybe at himself even. Why the hell are you apologizing? You're allowed to cry, you know. His words catch you off guard. You pull back slightly, wiping your eyes as you look up at him. But I feel like such a mess. He snorts, shaking his head. Yeah? Well, you think I'm any better then? He cups your cheek, wiping away a stray tear with his thumb. We've all got shit to deal with. You don't have to act like everything's fine all the damn time. You blinked at him, surprised by the tenderness in his voice. Katsuki isn't the type to talk about emotions easily, but when he does, it's raw and real. He looks away for a moment, his hand still resting on your cheek. Look, I'm not great with this kind of stuff, okay? But I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. His words send a fresh wave of tears down your cheeks. But this time, they're not out of sadness. There's something reassuring in his presence, in the way he's holding you like he'll never let go. I feel like I'm not good enough sometimes. You admit in a shaky whisper, like I can't keep up. like I'm always dragging you down. Katsuki's eyes narrow at that, and before you can say anything more, he grabs your shoulders, forcing you to look at him. Don't you ever say that. You're not dragging me down. You'll never drag me down. You sniffle, trying to protest, but he doesn't let you. Do you have any idea how much you've done for me? You keep me grounded. You're the only one who can make me feel like I'm not losing my shit all the time. His confession catches you off guard, and for a moment, you can only stare at him in disbelief. Katsuki Bakugou, of all people, was saying that to keep him grounded. I didn't know. You whisper, your voice small. He sighs, releasing your shoulders and running a hand through his messy blonde hair. Yeah, well, I'm not great at saying this kind of stuff, but it is true. You feel a warm spread through your chest, and despite the tears still clinging to your lashes, you managed a small smile. Thank you. Bakugo scoffs, his lips curling into a smirk. Don't thank me. Just don't think that you're not enough. You're more than enough. Got it? You nod, the weight on your chest finally lifting. He pulls you into his arms again, resting his chin on top of your head as he holds you close. For a long while, neither of you says anything. The room is quiet except for the sound of your breathing, slowly evening out as the storm inside you finally settles. Being in Baku's arms, feeling his warmth and hearing the steady beat of his heart makes everything seem a little less overwhelming. After a few minutes, he speaks again, his voice a low rumble against your ear. Next time you feel like this, don't hide it from me, alright? You nod against his chest. I'll try. He tightens his hold on you slightly. Good. I'll be pissed if you can keep this shit bottled up. Despite everything, you let out a soft laugh, wiping at the last of your tears. I remember that. Bakugo leans back slightly, just enough to tilt your chin up so that he can look into your eyes. His gaze is intense, but there's a softness there that's just for you. I'm serious. I don't care if you cry or scream or whatever. Just don't push me away. You nod again, but this time, your smile was more genuine. I won't. Promise. He steadies your face. I'll hold you to it then. And you settle back into his arms, feeling safe and loved in a way that only Katsuki can make you feel. It's not perfect, but nothing ever is, and somehow that was okay. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.